September, and for me, this is like my January. This is where I really am like, okay, I've got to take inventory and make sure I'm on course. What I'm going to talk to you about tonight, so you can decide if you want to share this on your Facebook wall, is I'm going to talk to you about how to legit stop worrying about what other people think, so that you can do what you need to do, so that you can get on your agenda, so that you can, it's like a prison. Literally, it's so exhausting and frustrating and not rewarding to worry endlessly about what other people think. What other people think about your body, what other people think about the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you interact, the way you do business, the way you parent, the way you are with your husband or your wife. Like, it's exhausting. We're going to talk about how you can stop worrying about what other people think of you. How many of you tend to worry a lot of times about what other people think? Well, I know all of us do, so that's a silly question for me to ask. A better question for me to ask is, in what environment does that happen the most? Is it when you're public speaking? Is it when you are in a social setting? Is it when you're meeting new people? Is it when you are conducting business? Is it in social media? Is it your body? Do you worry about what people think about you when they see your body? When do you worry about what people are thinking? Is it just every decision? Some of you, I'm sure, are paralyzed by this. Well, I'm here to tell you that most people are so consumed with what other people think because they don't know what else to focus on. So they're like, I'm just going to focus on being happy. And when I make other people happy, that tends to make me happy. But it's an underdeveloped way of thinking. You've got to develop as a person so that you have the confidence and the security and can erase self-doubt to say, I understand if you don't like that, but it's right for me. It's my truth. So let me show you something. Okay? So this is why most people struggle, because they waver between what they're doing, but they feel this really strong tug from what they should be doing. It's like they know they should be doing something else, but yet they keep doing what they think other people want them to be doing. So, in other words, what most of us are doing is all related to another person's agenda, other people's agenda. Okay, write that down. OPA, other people's agendas. Other people's agendas. And then this is your true agenda, like your life. So that's why most people feel unhappy, because this is real. This has you so far out of balance, it's not even funny. And when this is going on, your self-esteem goes down and down and down and down and down. It just keeps getting lower and lower and lower because you know everything is off. You know things aren't right. So a lot of people will find when they start their own business or when they start to really step into their purpose, there's this point where they're still doing things for other people's agendas, but they're also starting to do things that they know they should be doing. Like, this is right for me. This is, forget about what my mom wants, forget about what my dad, my sister, my brother, society, my boss. This is what I know I should be doing. Right? And when you start to do a little bit of that, this balance starts to happen, and it's pretty cool. And when that happens, you start to have a lot of confidence because you're like, okay. Now, ultimately, where I want you to be is where those two things land right up on top of each other. Now, I can tell you this because it's fun to say it, but my life is two circles right on top of each other. Didn't used to be this way, though, but I want you to know that it's possible. But this is my life now. This is my life. What I'm doing and what people want me to do and what I should be doing, it all overlaps now. And it's what I call a craffle. Do you guys know what craffle stands for? Let's see who knows what craffle stands for. Craffle stands for a crazy, ridiculous, amazing, fun-filled life. You guys, I'm not even joking. My life is ridiculous. It's redonkulous. It's worse. It's like 1,000 times better than ridiculous. It's redonkulous. I didn't even think it was possible. Like when I drew out what my life would look like, there was some crazy silliness that I dreamed up, And I have to say, it's ridiculous that it actually has come true. It's ridiculous. But it starts with being on my agenda. And I had to stop saying yes to other people and trying to please other people. So I know some of you are like, and once you know what you want to focus on, well, then, my friends, you can make decisions with complete confidence and you will not have that self-doubt that creeps in. Because when the self-doubt creeps in, your boundaries drop down. And when your boundaries diminish, then it's very, very difficult to make decisions that are in your best interest. That's when you start saying yes to everybody. That's when you start letting other people's agendas rule your life. And it's just not cool, right? And I want you to write on your page the number 1 through 10. Number them, okay? Because here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you something to focus on for the rest of the month because September should be like your January. Okay, cool. So now here's what I want you to do next to that, 1 through 10. Yep. Okay, now I want you to write down number 1, because I'm going to give you 10 categories, okay? And then you're going to give each of these a score. 1 will be the lowest and 10 being the highest. Okay, so there we go. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. Got it? Okay, so now I'm going to give you 10 categories, 10 areas of your life. And you are going to give each one of them a score based on a scale of 1 to 10. The score is your own judgment. Like it's your own call. So, first one is environment. Okay, so what is your environment? Your environment is your home. It is where you should be spending time. Environment is your office. Environment is your closet. Environment is your car. Environment is kind of like where you live. Number 2 is your physical health and fitness. So I'm talking about nutrition and exercise. Nutrition and exercise. Again, not how you score yourself compared to Tony Horton, not how you score yourself compared to whoever is your fitness idol, but you know, when you see yourself, you're like, I'm doing pretty damn good. Like I'm doing good. Or, man, I've stopped exercising. I've been eating like crap lately, and I feel it. Just first number that comes to mind. I'd love to see you. The first number that comes to mind when you think about your health and fitness. Okay, next category. Ready? Growth. How are you working on being a better person? Do you feel good about it? Business growth, like in development. So business development, personal development. Are you working on being a better person? Do you have an anger issue and you need to kind of address that? Do you just realize that it's confidence that you're struggling with and you're working on it? Like, are you reading? Are you listening to podcasts? Obviously, you're watching this. This is all about personal growth tonight. So how do you rank yourself in terms of like, am I a better person this year than I was last year? Am I growing? Am I challenging myself? Category 4. I like seeing these scores. Okay, category 4 is your spirituality, your higher power. So, you know, again, this is like maybe your mom's like, I didn't see you in church on Sunday. But you're like, I'm good. I'm very connected to a higher power. So again, how do you score yourself when it comes to your spirituality, your higher power? Okay? All right, next. I like this one. Your hobbies. I like to call this things that you do for pure joy. How good are you? Because some people don't need it, I guess. But how good are you at just doing things for the heck of it, just like enjoying life, just pure joy? Like there's no real purpose behind it. It's fun. Do you want to know what this is right here, this word and this doodle? The word says joy, pure joy. And all of these doodles, you know what they are? It's part of my pure joy. I love drawing. I remember when I was like in 4th or 5th grade, I told my parents I was going to be an artist. My dad said, you don't want to do that. Artists don't make any money. I'm like, but I love it. So what the heck? The reason why I did these doodles for you today, I knew how to make slides. I'm pretty damn good at technology. But that's not fun. Doodling is fun. I love to draw. So my pure joy is drawing. I don't make money off my drawings, but I love drawing. One of the things I do every quarter is I schedule something that is just unadulterated fun, pure joy. Next, your brain health. Healthy brain. How healthy is your brain? How healthy is your mental well-being? Now, here's what falls in that category: sleep, memory, ability to focus, ability to recover from setbacks. That all relates to your healthy brain. So your mental well-being is, I want you to score that right now. Like if little things are setting you off and your patience is down to 0, or you find yourself crying very easily or upset over things, you're like, why am I upset about this? It's so dumb. Why am I upset about this? And you know, so it's your mental state. It's the health of your brain. Okay? So the health of your brain. You feel overwhelmed, or maybe you feel very peaceful and your memory's on point. You have no problem focusing. You have no problem shutting things down. So how is your mental well-being? Okay, next is your finances. And again, this is your definition of finance. Do you wish you could go to sleep with more financial security? Do you feel like, dang it, yeah, I've not been focused on that area, and I've been spending like an idiot, and I haven't been doing the things I need to do in order to increase my earning potential and to build my business, and my husband and I fight about this all the time, or I just don't have the money I would love to have to do the things I would love to do. I don't want to worry about the price of things, or I want to buy my mom a house, whatever, I don't know, but you do. And this is not somebody else's number. It's yours. Yours and only yours. You're like, I have plenty of money. I don't need any more money. Fine. Then give yourself a 9. Okay? So there's my doodle for finances. Your money. Okay? So how you doing in that department? We're getting there, y'all. We're getting there, y'all. Okay. Now this next one's kind of fun. Boom, chicka, bow, wow. Boom, chicka, bow. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Okay, so that's romance or your significant other. However, let me be clear. If you're perfectly happy being single, well, then give yourself a 9. This one doesn't include your husband. This is family that you intentionally want to spend time with. Because let's face it, there's some family that you're like, see you next Christmas. And that's like still too soon, right? So family and family doesn't have to be by blood. Right? Because, you know, some of your best family members aren't like legitimately related to you. And then friends. So how well do your friends lift you up? Do you have a circle of friends who make you better, who you learn, or are they sucking you dry and dragging you down and you wish things were better between them, or you wish you had a better circle of friends, or you're always fighting with family, or you're always fighting with your sister? So score on the scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about your family? Now, that would also include those of you who are parents who feel like you could be a better parent, that you've missed the mark, or maybe you haven't missed the mark, but you're not giving it the attention it needs because time goes by too fast and you can't get those years back with your kids, and you know you could be doing better. So, okay, the last category is your purpose. Are you doing work that matters? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, I am doing what I was born to do. This is why God created me. This is work, and when I say work, I don't mean that you have to have a paid job. I mean that it's your purpose. It's the thing that makes all of the crazy things that have happened in your life make sense. You're like, well, why else would I have been through all of that except to help other people? And usually it relates to service. Okay, so tell me in the comments below, what area did you score yourself the lowest? Okay, because that's what we're going to focus on. So, and trust me, you're going to be so focused on this. I see brain health and purpose. I see people, trust me, when we are done, you're going to have no time to spend even a second worrying about what other people think. You won't even care because now you're going to know what you need to focus on. So use that hashtag, because here's what I'm going to ask you to do in the month of September. You ready? Talking about this stuff is pointless if you don't do something about it. You know what happens if you don't do something about this? You're going to feel more stressed, and you will allow more self-doubt and less confidence to create a weaker boundary. And when your fortress gets weak, then other people's agendas start taking over your life. And then you can't figure out why. You're like, I should be happy. I have the car, I have the house, I have the job, I have all these things, but something's missing. Something is missing. And that is because you've allowed your fortress, your boundaries to weaken. And that happens when we think about things, but we never take pen to paper and take action. And so we know, we're like, what was that thing? What was that life I was supposed to be living? That's what happens. You start thinking to yourself, what? Something's off. I'll tell you what's off. You're living a great life, but it's not the life you were supposed to be living. It's not your agenda. You're saying yes to too many people. And you're doing that because it's instant gratification, because we get a pat on the back, because it feels good when people are happy with us. But who cares if they're happy with us, because we're making their lives great. We're doing things that help them, but it's not what we want. Do what you want. And you'll stop, listen to me, you will stop worrying about what people think about you because you won't have time. I don't have time. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to offend you. I don't care what you think about me. I really don't. I find it humorous sometimes, but I really don't care because I know my agenda and I'm on it. And I feel good. I feel great. I love this life. The life I'm living is ridiculous. Ridiculous. If I described it to myself like 5 years ago, I would say, no way. Hi, dream world. Hi, dream much? Hello, back to reality. That's what I would have said to myself. It's stupid. There's no other way to describe it. My life is, it's so fun, it's stupid. I'm not even kidding. But in order for it to be that way, I have to have the trade-off. And the trade-off is people are mad at me sometimes, and I don't care. And people want me to do things that help their agenda, and I don't care. Because I love my life. I doodled for hours this weekend because I wanted to, because it was pure joy. See, I did like all these little doodles this weekend. I sat down with my daughter this weekend and I doodled, and I actually took a class on doodling online. Why? Because I can. And were there other things that other people probably wanted me to do? Yeah, but I don't care, because this is my life and it's so much better. It's so much better, but you have to figure out how to do this. And now, yes, I see someone says, yeah, but people say you're selfish for doing that. Who cares what they say? I don't need to worry about what you don't, my friend. You don't need to worry about whether people say that or not unless you've given them too much significance. So here's what I want you to ask yourself about those people who have something or that you're worried about what they think. How important are they really in your future? How relevant are they to having the life that you deserve? It's not selfish, it's your life. And you have one life to live, and it's going to go by so fast. And you can live it according to somebody else's agenda, or you can figure out what your agenda needs to be. So here's what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to take action. I'm asking you to do one thing a day, and I want you to post it on Facebook or on Instagram or on Twitter or wherever you post. And I want you to use 2 hashtags. You ready? How many hashtags? How many hashtags, y'all? Yes, 2 hashtags. Okay, and here's why. Because you need accountability. And I'm not going to be your accountability partner. Maybe I will. But somebody else is going to be your accountability partner. And I want somebody to be your accountability partner who's struggling with the same thing, okay? So the 2 hashtags you're going to use are SMART. And the reason why we're going to use 2 is because these terms are kind of general. And then your thing. So here's your 2 hashtags. Number 1 is I want you to use Smart September. And number 2, use the hashtag of the thing you are working on. So for me, I'm going to use the hashtag Smart September and Healthy Brain. And then once a day, I'm going to do something that relates to having a healthy brain. So for me, that is using that hashtag when I've had 7 hours of sleep. Using that hashtag any day when I've actually meditated. I'm going to use that hashtag any day when I'm doing something related to my brain health. Going to see a therapist, journaling, anything that helps my brain. Anything related to improving my mental well-being. So for you, anytime you do something related to, and I want you to do one thing, I'm not asking you for 5 things a day. I'm not asking you to do something that takes an hour. I'm asking you to do one tiny little thing related to the area where you, not me, you said, I've missed my mark here. So here, quickly, take a screenshot. I'll post this up to Facebook too, because there's the hashtags I want you to use so you can find each other. So tweet it or Instagram. Do something and just put it out to the world. Unless you don't want to take, if you're not an action taker, fine, go back and watch Real Housewives tonight or something. Like, go do something that's just for pure joy. But I want you to take action, because otherwise you're just going to be more stressed out. And you'll keep living according to somebody else's agenda. I'm wrapping this up, but I need you to do this tonight, okay? Tonight. Take action. Be accountable. There's your categories. I will post a picture of this up on Facebook. Thank you so much for being here. If you jumped in late and you didn't see the first video, go back and watch that. Share this with people who you care about. September is about being smart. September is the month when we release Smart Success, and not everybody can be a part of that, but it is my mission, it is my purpose, and it's my obligation, and I'm sorry. I have to say I'm sorry because I was the do more girl. I was the person, my life 2.0 was teaching people to do more, and I never myself had figured out what I wanted to feel. And then once I did that, I'm like, oh, I got to tell other people how to fix this. So that's why September is devoted to helping people do less, earn more, live your life,